Good evening, I'm Carol Bundock. First tonight, a 66-year-old man has been arrested following a double shooting which has left a woman dead and another man injured. Police were called to the Norfolk village of Ingham this afternoon after a 39-year-old man suffering from a shotgun injury went to a doctor's surgery in nearby Stalham. The older local man was taken into custody where he is helping police with their inquiries. A clergyman from Suffolk is tonight starting a prison sentence for dishonesty. The Reverend Trevor Jones from Stowmarket has been jailed for 9 months.
Trevor Jones sharing a joke with his barrister today, well aware he was likely to end up in jail. The newly ordained vicar arrived at St Peter and St Mary's in Stowmarket in 1996. Out went the traditional congregation, in came the evangelists, then the whispers that money was going missing. Last month he went on trial at Ipswich Crown Court denying 12 charges including deception and theft. Days later he changed his plea to guilty on 4 charges of dishonesty relating to over £17,000. During his trial it emerged Jones had a string of previous convictions and had been to prison twice, the last time in 1983 for deception, before he found God through the evangelist Billy Graham. His crimes have left a bad taste in the town.
People are very disappointed, upset, annoyed and even saddened by it all. It's just been a big disruption really to the whole town.
There's widespread dismay Jones was able to be ordained as a vicar. Now the task of rebuilding the damage done must begin.
Although the case has come to an end, it's not the end for a lot of people who've been hurt or defrauded in the process. And for them, this, I'm afraid, is going to go on for some time.
In sentencing Jones to 9 months in prison, Judge John DeVoe said he committed a serious breach of trust. The question now is how can the church recover from his deceit and lies? Richard Daniel, BBC Look East, Stowmarket.
The captain of Colchester United Football Club has been left shaken but unhurt by a road accident in the town. 33-year-old Simon Clark was driving a Ford Mondeo on Balkan Hill when the vehicle was in collision with a pedestrian at a Pelican crossing this afternoon. The 49-year-old man was taken to Colchester Hospital but later died from his injuries. A post-mortem into the death of a man found in a cupboard in a flat in Essex has been delayed. The half-naked man, thought to be in his 20s, has not yet been identified.
Police broke into this flat in Thorpe-le-Soken yesterday after a tip-off. Inside they found the half-naked body of a man concealed in a cupboard. Officers say there were no signs of a forced entry and no obvious injuries on the victim. The council has told police that a man and a woman were registered as tenants here. Officers are now trying to trace them. Neighbours say the couple, who'd only lived here for a matter of months, kept themselves to themselves.
All I'd done is just spoke to them, saw them when they came by and took their stuff out of the car and went in the flat. That's the only time I've ever seen them.
News of this suspicious death has shocked local residents and become the main talking point in this tiny North Essex village.
Well, I went to a little children's party yesterday and come home about 5 and all I saw was police and a forensic scientific van sitting outside my house. That was the first inkling I knew something was up.
It's something that is going to get around quite fast, a little village like this.
Police have now set up an incident room and are appealing for anyone with information to contact them. Catherine Fairhall, BBC Look East, Essex.
A Norfolk family is being put in emergency accommodation tonight after a last-ditch plea for a roof over their heads. They say they've been treated harshly and have nowhere to go.
The Larkowski family out on the street. Elizabeth, her disabled husband Ivan and their children had to leave the Great Yarmouth Hotel where North Norfolk District Council have been putting them up for the past month. After being evicted by a housing trust for arrears and a dispute over thousands of pounds of housing benefit, the council believes they've made themselves homeless. In search of a roof over their heads, the family took their plea to the Social Services Office at North Walsham.
We need roof over our head to, survive anyway. But we've got no roof over our head and we don't know where we're sleeping tonight or anything.
Disgusted. Absolutely disgusted that it can leave anyone homeless.
Is that what the prospect is tonight?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Where will you go if...
Well, I'll just go up to council offices and just stay there. Because at the end of the day, they've got 2 houses. You know, they can't leave us on the streets.
North Norfolk District Council says an offer of accommodation in Sheringham was rejected by the family. The Larkowskis say it was because of inadequate disabled access. This evening, an offer from County Hall of 2 days emergency accommodation, but no longer-term solution.
Norfolk Social Services says it's in no position to provide a home for the family, while the District Council says the reasons for the Larkowskis' homelessness means it has no duty to do so. It does say, though, that its officers will do all they can to help the family help themselves. Kim Riley, BBC Look East, Norfolk.
In tonight's football, Ipswich Town were away to Coventry City in the Premiership. The final score, Coventry 0, Ipswich 1. Terry Baxter was at the match.
Ipswich continue their run in the Premiership, another 3 points, but they left it until the death. The first half belonged to Coventry, full of commitment and passion. Gordon Strachan's side caused Ipswich problems aplenty without a productive result. Ipswich made a game of it in the second period, but it wasn't until the final minute that the game was decided. Sub Martin Roycer, the provider from the left, for left wing-back Fabian Wilness to head home from 6 yards. Fifth tonight, George Burley, the Scottish manager, with the smile. Coventry 0, Ipswich 1.
Good for them. Now, a look at the weather, and tonight fog and frost forming in most parts, but patchy cloud and isolated showers affecting the coasts in Essex and Suffolk. Feeling cold though as temperatures hit freezing, and tomorrow that fog will be slow to clear, but then largely dry and bright with some sunny spells. That's it for now from us. Time to go back to George Alagai in London for the headlines.